friends, and welcome back to Sunshine and Serenity. And today I am in my kitchen and we are going to be doing a little bit of canning before it gets super hot for the day. We are supposed to be in triple digit temperatures for the next foreseeable future. We are under a heat advisory, and it's not advised to use as much electricity and to heat your house up in between the hours of 3 and 8. So we're going to get some canning done. I have to do canning either super early in the morning or later at night. I prefer in the morning time just because I like to have plenty of sleep. So we're going to be canning in the kitchen today, and I thought I would take you along with me because several people asked for this video. Asked how I can my potatoes because we really enjoy our canned potatoes, and they asked me how to do it. So I figured I would film it for you guys and show you how I can my potatoes. If you are new here, welcome. We are so excited that you're here. Thank you for joining us on our very first homesteading journey. If you will take a moment to hit that like and subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you're growing, what you're preserving, what you're doing at your house or homestead or farm, and let's build a community, right? All right, so we are going to get started on canning potatoes, so if that interests you, stick around. I'm going to show you how it's done. Alright, first things first, I have to get these potatoes washed and cut. So we're going to go ahead and get them washed, and then I'm going to get them all cut up, and then we will get them jarred and processed. So stick around, I will show you the process. I'm going to wash these potatoes, and we will be right back. Okay, now that I've got the potatoes washed, we are just going to get them chopped up, and that way we can get them ready to be jarred. Alright, so I'm gonna get these chopped up. Ready? Okay, I got that chopped up, and I'm just gonna continue with the rest of that and get them into my bowl of salt water. Okay, so I have got all of those chopped up and sitting in salt water. So now I'm going to put water in my pressure canner, and I'm going to get my jars soaking. Okay, so now that I have my jars clean and sitting in some hot water to warm them up, we are going to start jarring our potatoes. Okay, so before I start jarring my potatoes, I can all of my potatoes with the skins on. I just make sure they're really good and washed and clean. You can do your research on that and make your own personal decision. For us, we have always just canned our potatoes with the skins on, unless I'm just specifically going to be canning them in order to make potato salad or something like that. Then I will peel them first, but we've always canned with the skins on. I'm comfortable with canning all the skins on because, like I said, we scrub them, make sure they're nice and good and clean. But again, you make your own judgments, and you do your own research and do what's best for you and your family. That being said, I have a lot of people ask me, why would you can potatoes? Why not just leave them in the bag? And for the simple fact is, we usually around this time of the year, we grow our own potatoes, but we also are either given potatoes or we can buy potatoes for a really good price in season. And it's very hot and humid here in the south, and so we normally will not be able to get around to all of our potatoes before they start to sprout and start to go bad. So we can them all up so that way we can use them when we're done with our fresh potatoes. And so we just use them any way that we would regular potatoes. We grill them up in tin foil. I can fry them on the fry them up camp style on the stove in my cast iron. You can put them in soups, pretty much any way that you would use chopped potatoes. So that is how we use our potatoes. So I'm going to show you now the jarring process and let you know canning times and all of that, and then you can try it at home. Okay, so now we are going to get all of our potatoes jarred up. Okay, so now we have our jars all filled up, and I use quart jars because we use quite a bit of potatoes when we eat them at a meal, and so I reserve my pint jars for vegetables that we don't eat as much, or vegetables that not everybody likes. So I always can my potatoes in quart jars. So you want to fill it, whether you're doing pints or quarts, you want to fill it all the way up to an inch of headspace, which is right here at that bottom thread. And then you want to add salt, a non-iodized salt. And so for pint jars, you're going to add half a teaspoon. For quart jars, you're going to use a full teaspoon, so you'll just add that to the top. And then I've got some water boiling on the stove that I will fill these up to the 1 inch headspace, and then I will put my lids and rings on and put them in the processor. Alright, there we go. I've got I put the salt in them. I've got the rims wiped, all the lids and bands screwed on. Now we're just going to get them in the canner. Okay, so now they're in the canner. I'm going to get the lid on it, and I am going to let it start heating up, and I will walk you through that process. Ready? Okay, so now that I have it in the canner, what I'm going to do is I've got this on 8 on my stove, and I will just wait until it starts venting really hard from right there. Then I will set my timer for 10 minutes, and then after that 10 minutes is done, then I will put on my weight and wait for the gauge to get all the way up to 11 psi, which is the pounds of pressure for my area. Your area may vary. Once that gets up to 11 psi, I'll start the timer. Again, it's 35 minutes for pints, 40 minutes for quarts, and then once they're done, I'll show you guys the end result.